Welcome to the Cronez channel. I'm the High Priestess, also known as Alicia the Deity, and Alicia to some, but y'all can call me the High Priestess. I'm here with the Cronez podcast weekly podcast series where I started recording season 2 on video and streaming platforms. So again, welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome back. If you've been here before, please like, share, subscribe to the Cronez channel. And y'all sit back and relax because I'm gonna go in a little bit. On this episode, I'm gonna talk about like how fentanyl is like rocking our country here in the United States. Like fentanyl is just like major. And I kind of went left on this episode because I just recently found out someone really dear and close to me had passed away. And this is like the second death like this year that I know that was very close to me. So it really like touched me, and I felt as though that I needed to really touch on this topic. So again, y'all stay tuned and I'm gonna get started with the streaming portion. Welcome to the Cronez podcast. I'm your host, Alicia, and I'm here to help women who struggle with healthy decision making set their standards so they can live their best life. Thank you to everyone who is tuning in. Thank you to everyone. If it's your first time, if you're returning, just thank you for tuning in. Checking out the Cronez where I discuss, y'all know I'll be discussing topics mainly that pertain to women. Y'all know I recently started recording, so I'm just reiterating a little bit because y'all know I'm video recording and like I'm freestyling with this, y'all. Like I'm new to this. Like I'm really trying to get this stuff down pat. So I appreciate everyone that have been rocking with me and being supportive of me. I appreciate like the comments and like just the feedback that everyone is giving to me. And if you want to know how you can find me, check me on Instagram _Cronez. I'm always posting in there about the podcast, posting clips in there. And I also post like my tarot stuff in there. I know everyone isn't into the tarot, but I still post that because as the community of Cronez, it's about being abreast and it's about being able to prepare. So I use tarot, I use astrology, I use a number of tools to help assist me in my elevation. So yes, Cronez on Instagram, and then Facebook, it's the Cronez page, and then there's the private Facebook group for the women. And I'm always tweeting. I even tweet my my daily tarot readings on Twitter. So follow me, Cronez6 on Twitter as well. So yeah, y'all can stay in the loop and stay up to date because there's a lot that's going to be going on with Cronez. I'm really trying to just do a lot, and I'm doing everything on my own, doing the podcast, doing the readings. Then I'm trying to like, y'all know, get my jewelry on the site. You know, all the jewelry that I wear in my videos when I'm doing my podcast and when I'm doing my tarot reading videos is all Cronez. So when I say Cronez jewelry, that's what I'm wearing. So support your girl. Like I'm doing this on my own. Y'all know I done quit my job. If y'all didn't know, I quit my job, y'all. Like, but I've been said that. But I mean, I guess some people figure by now. But I just wanted to show y'all this book. Excuse the noise of this chair, y'all. Y'all, my chair. But anyway, I'm going to show y'all this book that I have a chapter in. It's called Magnetic Entrepreneur. And I actually go into detail in depth the story about how I quit or whatever. And it's called Out on Faith. I think it's Out on Faith, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, y'all check me. Y'all see the name? Out on Faith again. Because Out on Faith is the name of the actual podcast from season 1. But let me stop ranting, y'all, because y'all know I don't even rant all that much. Y'all know I'm not a ranter. Y'all know I made a post for those that's on like my personal Facebook page. That's Fendi Fin. I had that name for a very long time. Don't ask me. It's just Fendi Fin. But anyway, I posted on there And I said that how I didn't even really want to be on camera, and it's just like every time I lose someone, like this is the first close death was my cousin. And I feel like, I don't know like the details on how they passed, but I know they had similar lifestyles. And I know for a fact that fentanyl is just like really rocking the community, is rocking the whole country. And the passing of those two, especially my cousin, Jerel, his name was Jerel Williams, he passed away. And that really, like, after his death, I just really went hard as far as grinding and going hard and just working on my business, because it's like, that was like basically my diary. So once he left, it was just like, damn, I ain't had nobody to confide in. So it was like, I put that frustration, I put everything into me. Not frustration, but I put like the hurt and everything that I felt from his passing. I used that to like fuel me and push me. So, and the same thing that happened, my son's aunt, Alicia West, we had the same name and everything, spelt the same way and everything. She recently passed a few days ago, and we were really close, like sisters, like, you know. So that really hurt me. And so I said, I'm derailing on the topic that I was going to discuss and talking about like fentanyl. And I really wanted to like say like and bring the topic up, like, why are we not talking about this? Why are we not discussing this? Why aren't we like in government officials' faces? Because I know I'm not the only one that know people that is passing away from fentanyl or from overdosing. They might not say it's fentanyl, but we know people that are young. My cousin was 30. He just turned 30. My sister was 44. Like, young people, everyone that I know has been under 50. It may have been an older woman that I know had passed away. But still in all, like, the deaths from the amount of overdose deaths from fentanyl just in 2020 alone was like 93,000. And that's just like a guesstimate. I believe that the numbers is just like really under even reported at this point, because they have 2015, it was just like 70,000 deaths. So in 2015 to 2021, and these deaths are tripling. So people are dying by the hundreds of thousands, and we're not talking about it. And I feel as though we need to talk about it. Like, the Cronez community, we are the community of people or women that discuss the topics that no one wants to talk about. And I'm talking about it because I'm tired of burying people that I love behind something that is somehow getting into this country. It's somehow getting into the country. And I just wanted to know, have y'all experienced this? How many people have y'all known in the past year that have passed from fentanyl or from overdosing? How many? You know, because I could count five. Five firsthand that was like neighbors and of people that I've lived around and knew of. Five. And that's just offhand. I know way more than that. And it's sad. I shouldn't know more than that. It's giving me 80s crack pandemic vibes. That's what it's giving me. It's giving me crack vibes, pretty much, but meets American Horror Story at this point, because people are overdosing and dying. Like, crack, I could just remember people. I mean, I was very young when the crack pandemic started, but I could just remember people being strung out really bad. I don't know the mortality rates of the crack, but I just don't remember like alarming numbers of people dying, overdosing like it is on this fentanyl. And then my thing is, why is it that it's like the urban community? It's like the urban community, the Latinos, even the Asian community has increased in opioid usage, or the fentanyl, I'll say, usage. The black population has tripled the white population. A few years back in 2014, 2015, the white population was leading in overdoses due to, drugs or whatever. Now the black community has taken the lead, and it's because of the drugs in the community. And I feel as though, like, mainstream media, just like with the crack, they do a very good job of letting this stuff get into communities, letting this stuff like putting this stuff openly, shoving it into basically our children's faces. I mean, I know the popular song in this, what it was, the summer, well, it was pretty much spring, summer, Waukesha by Moneybagg Yo. That was about lean. And then you got Lil Wayne getting up there talking about, in the beginning of the song, well, that was, I don't know, I'm not going to quote exactly what he said, because I don't know. To me, it was garbage. But pretty much he got up there saying he was doing good. It was like the highlight of his career, whatever. He might as well pick that cup back up. Basically, encouraging kids that you should pick up the lean, because the high that you get off it, you're going to be like having the time of your life and producing just like this great work that he did. Meanwhile, he's looking like E.T. Meanwhile, he's looking like he's hanging on by a strand, because his dreads are literally hanging on by threads. But here they are, him and Moneybagg Yo, pushing Waukesha, #1 song in the country. Okay? Now, I don't know if it was the #1 song in the country. I don't want to, but I'm pretty sure he got some type of recognition for Waukesha, okay? That song played a lot. And it's pushing drugs. Another song that I could remember that Molly Percocet for a very long time played on the radio before they decided to change the words to say, gotta represent. I was highly appalled and upset, because I have children. Like, I'm a mother. I don't want to turn on the radio with my kids. Radio. This isn't my iTunes or my YouTube that I'm playing from my stuff. This is like radio. Charlotte radio. I'm getting in my car and Percocet and Molly is on a radio. So this is the type of things that are pushed in the community and like people like ignore or don't talk about. And I'm tired of that. Like, no, I'm using my platform to be talking about this stuff, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. Too many deaths from fentanyl. Too many deaths. And from fentanyl in particular, like the deaths of fentanyl has rate in the past, what they said, the past year, it doubled. And basically, I don't understand how that's possible, because most of the fentanyl supply comes from China. China is the #1 supplier of fentanyl. And they're like pressing it into pills. What they do with the fentanyl, press it into pills. They put it in heroin. They cut it with their coke. Like, so if you didn't know what they're doing with the fentanyl, this is what they're doing. Like, they get people are basically, sometimes they're purchasing fentanyl and thinking that it's heroin. And in all actuality, it's fentanyl. Because basically they're saying their production and distribution is cheaper for fentanyl. So you got a bunch of people that's in China, and if it spiked during the pandemic, I don't see how that's possible if like the mail and stuff wasn't even being delivered. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. So yeah, China is allegedly the #1, then Mexico, and then they have India even coming up. So you have all these countries like pushing these drugs into the United States, and it's just like mainly the United States, because you have even what was it? The University of, did I write it down? I don't think I wrote that down. It was a university. I think it was in the I'm pretty sure it was in the United Kingdom. And it was a university, and they did a study, and basically did a study on fentanyl and how it caused overdoses or whatever. But pretty much is like, other countries know that America is pretty much like a circus, like when it comes to drugs. Like, these countries are like manufacturing drugs, pushing them in here, and then doing studies. Like, they doing studies. So I don't know. I'm urging y'all, like, y'all, I don't know. I don't even know what to do at this point. I'm asking y'all what y'all think. Y'all tell me what y'all think, because at this point, I feel like it's intentionally being placed in like communities. Like, I don't understand how something is manufactured in a whole nother country and able to be transported or brought here. But you can catch Ray Ray from down the street with surveillance that you've been watching him for 3 and 4 months. But you can't get somebody coming to the country. Now, I don't know, maybe because they saying that the way that they put the put the crush it up and put it in things. But I'm not buying none of that. Anytime I could watch a television show and see a black woman with locks in her hair get locked up because she had cocaine in them, y'all know very well where them drugs are coming from. If you can narrow it down that they coming from China, Mexico, and India, you know exactly where they coming from. And I just wanted to just bring awareness. I just wanted to bring awareness. And it's things that can be done. Like if you are around people that do that and you are in a situation where you know that you do that, or you know people that do that, number one, if you do that, I strongly urge you stop, because it only takes a few, basically they said like grains of sand to kill you of fentanyl. So it takes a very small amount to even be fatal. So if you even doing fentanyl, I would urge you stop. But they have things in place to it's called NaXOLENE, Naoxylene, I believe it's called. But I'm gonna put it up. I know I said last week that I was gonna put up it was like images that I had, and I forgot I had just uploaded it and didn't. So I end up uploading the images on Instagram. That's why you should follow me on Instagram. But I'm going to upload the drug, well, I don't know if it's considered a drug, but you can carry this with you. And if you notice someone is having like an overdose, you could administer it. It's like some type of like nasal spray or some type of that you could administer. And the state of Washington actually has this like on their website, along with like the symptoms. Like you look for if they're blue, their lips are blue, and if they're black, you make sure you look and see if they're like their lips are white, ashy looking. And then if they're non-responsive. So it's like, I'm gonna put up the chart of the signs that you could look for to know if you're with someone and they're overdosing. You might not know is something wrong, but you know, if you notice like these symptoms, at least you could, you know, have one up to be like, oh, okay, well, this is what you do. And to be even more helpful and on the safe side, you can carry some of that Naoxylene. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I'm going to put that up, and I'll put it up as like a part of the video. So it'll be like in between me talking. So I'll put that up, and I'll put up the chart as far as signs that you could look for, because I feel like, I know for a fact when my cousin passed away, he was alone. But if had someone been there, he would have survived. I don't know the circumstances with my sister-in-law, with my son's aunt. I don't know the circumstances with her. But from what I'm hearing, it's just like most of these people are being found alone. Like they're being found alone. So it's like people are pretty much suffering from like heart attacks and cardiac arrest and all these things when they're being left alone after, you know, using a drug, or after, pretty much after using a drug or taking like the fatal dosage, being alone. And other people might have just been around people and just panicked and didn't know what to do. So that's why I like to talk about things, and then I'll do my own research to see what I can do to help and keep people aware. Like, oh, okay, well, at least I know you could purchase the stuff that you could administer a person that's having an overdose over the counter. So it's not like you have to get it prescribed or anything. Like you can have these things available, especially if you know you are going to be around people that you know are into doing these type of things. But I just feel like us as a community of women, and not only women, most importantly, Black women, like we have so much up against us. Like we have the battle between man and woman. Like we can't even get it together amongst ourselves. And then we have to fight with these things that are against us. So now we fighting against the man and woman. Then we got to fight against the LGBT community for their rights. Then we have to fight against politicians. Then we have to fight against the police people policemen or the court systems for trying to railroad us or illegal practices against us or police brutality. Then here we go with the drugs. It's like, that's like 5 things I already mentioned that Black women have to go through alone. And then people are questioning, why are Black women, why are we living on edge? Why do women live on edge? Because every time we turn around, we getting a call from, if it's not police brutality, it's somebody getting locked up because they was racially profiled. If they have been racially profiled, damn, somebody down the street done overdosed because they done had some fentanyl. And the way these deaths are happening, not to be jumping around subject, because I know I was talking about the things that Black women are up against, but the way these deaths are happening, if you were a law enforcement agency, you would be able to pinpoint, because I know for a fact 3 to 4 people have died in one area that I know that I've lived in amount of, it was like a 30-day span. When my cousin had passed away back in January 1st, and I believe it was Christmas because I hadn't heard from him, but we ain't gonna go there. Anyway, a month prior to that, his friend had passed away, and he took that really hard. Around the same time, I didn't even get a chance to tell him that another lady that we used to live around, she had passed away. So 3 people that I know of within a 30-day period had died. Now, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out, oh, shoot, well, let me go to these cell phones and figure out who the heck they done called, because we got a link. My God, we got a clue. Okay? It don't take a rocket scientist. But no, since it's an urban community, they don't care. They do not care. And I don't even know about the Latino community, because other people, they have their issues, and I don't know how they discuss them. You know, us Black people, we get on our podcast, we get on Facebook, Instagram, and we start blasting and talking and speaking our minds. Not saying that the other people don't either, but I'm just speaking on what I know for a fact and things I comment. I comment on mostly like Black blogs, like Shade Room and Neighborhood Talk, things like that. Not that I'm racist or anything. It's just that, to me, that's more relevant to me. And I like to keep up with what's going on with people that look like me. And I also like to keep abreast of women issues, because a lot of these platforms and blogger sites, they are ran by women, and they will still tear down women. So my thing is to uphold the standard of women and to keep us abreast and on point, because we have too many things as women against us. We have to worry about our children, Black and white women. We have to worry about our children being on drugs. And this is common amongst children. Remember that song? What was his name? Is it Travis Scott's song, The Highest in the Room? Like, they worried about being the highest in the room. It's all about being high with some people. And I just find like, just all these things are put in place to take us apart and destroy us. And then even more capers are put in place to separate us. So now it's just like, when you do try to get yourself together, it's just like, it's hard. And for me, listen, I don't do pills, but I'm gonna be honest, because you know what? I'd rather be honest and confess in front of like my peers than to confess in a court of law and they say that they gonna punish me for a crime. I've never done, I'm not going to say I've never done pills. I have tried Percocets before. I've never done fentanyl, cocaine, stuff like that. But I have tried Percocets and a couple pills. Yes, I have. And to be honest, I even sold some pills. You know, I've sold pills for a long time. People that know me from when I moved from Jersey, that's what I was doing. For me to get fed up and want to change my life and leave, part of my story was I was selling pills. I was selling them for years, Percocet. And it was heavy karma to pay behind that. So I like anyone to know, if you ever like sold drugs, pills, you got karma, you gonna have to pay, you got debt to pay behind that. It's like spiritual debt that you pay when you are into those things. But that's another subject, another time. I just wanted to say, like, I've never like been like strung out on like a drug like that, but I do know that we are faced with so many things like as humans. Not even just, it's not like women are only faced with things. Men are faced with a lot of things, especially black men. I mean, black people are faced with the most things here in America. So I'm not saying that black men aren't faced with anything, but what I am saying is I understand that as people, all people are faced with issues, things that may happen that don't go well in our life, and we like to like use things to like suppress, like drugs and alcohol, and it's not always the best thing. It's not a good thing at all. And so that's why I began using things like tarot and astrology and numerology to try to figure out things in my life, because I feel like using those practices have helped me. Using those practices have actually helped me know and understand who I am and how I behave. And that helped me to realize that kind of stabilized my behavior, because it's like, if you don't know who you are out here, if you are like disconnected from using tools like that, you'll go crazy with just like living day-to-day life, going to work every day, coming home, and really not being connected. That's why I said that on my last episode of the why is tarot taboo. Why tarot is taboo is because it's a tool that will help you directly from spirit to get answers. It will help you connect with your spirit guides, your ancestors that have passed on, anyone that has a message that they want to relate to you, or if any there's a question that you want answered and you just needed spiritual guidance, you could lean on the tarot or another form of divination. But elites know that, and to keep you disconnected, it's going to be considered taboo. It's going to be looked at as witchcraft, because it got to be a disconnect from you and yourself, you and your higher self. No, they want a disconnect. They don't want you to reach your highest self and be in tune with yourself, and you able to manifest, and you creating synchronicities, and you tap into your psychic abilities now, and you talking directly to spirit without even using cards and using a medium, and you don't need the preachers. No, that's too much like right. So yeah, y'all know I don't like to keep going on and on. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be recording an episode next week, because I have to go out of town for a funeral, so I'm kind of debating. But just stay tuned on my social sites, because I will post and let you know if I will move forward with recording. If I'm going out of town, I'm definitely not recording. So yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna share pictures of my loved ones that have passed on. I haven't decided yet, but I may put them on a reel on my Instagram _Cronez, y'all. I might do a reel and put them on a reel, them as well as a few other people that when I do a podcast, I do research. So I'll Google, and they list names and pictures of people that passed away due to the fentanyl, like the fentanyl overdoses. And I said I may do a reel in dedication to those in memory, because I feel like 93,000 in 2020, and that's just 2020, and that's not even an accurate number. That's a guesstimate. It's a blatant number, 93,000. So that's a lot. And that was even more than a year before. So as the pandemic, as the years pass, it's like more and more people that's just like getting hooked, and I feel as though it's like directed towards children. It's even so easy for the kids to get it now that they use like social media now, Snapchat TikTok. Like they're getting creative and crafty now with selling drugs. Like they're literally trafficking like on social media sites, and you'll never know how they're trafficking. It's basically you just have to be in the know, in the loop, in the know what to look out for. But I just want y'all to be safe out there. Protect your children. Say prayers of protection over your children. If y'all don't have a book of Psalms, or if you don't have a Bible, please get one and stay prayed up and protect yourself, because we have forces that are against us. Like for some spiritual people, they might say like, oh, we're in the age of Aquarius, things are getting better. And yeah, we are. A lot of us are getting tapped into our own abilities and really standing into power of who we are. But at the same time, there's people that know that and are aware of that and want to stop that. So it's just like by all means necessary are doing things to like stop that. So I like, we need to wake up and pay attention, pray over our family, pray over ourselves, have armor over us when we in and out of the house, and educate our children, and just make sure we tell them the importance and show them. Don't just tell them, show them. Don't keep it a secret when we know these family members are passing up. Tell them, because they need to know. They need to know honestly, like, this is what happened. Because I feel like me knowing at a young age what crack did to people, and knowing firsthand that it was crack, and because I knew of crack at a very young age, I strayed from it. I never wanted to try it, because it's like, I don't want that. I don't see how they acting. I don't want to do that. They out there looking crazy, like, you know, looking like zombies. I never wanted that. But today, kids, you got songs like Waukesha and The Highest in the Room, and, you know, Molly Percocet. So it's like, it's like put in a song. So of course the song is trendy and dancing. Now you got your whole all the cells in your body are now dancing and vibrating to Molly Percocet. So guess what your body is going to be wanting? The Molly and Percocets, right? So yeah, we need to even be mindful of what we even allow. I hope y'all wasn't letting y'all kids listen to that Molly Percocet song. Please, I hope not. But yeah, just be mindful, y'all. Stay standing in that Cronez energy, because it's important that we lean on that wisdom, because there's too much stuff up against us to knock us down. We in a time now where us as women, we are coming into our power, and it's people that want to stop that. But baby, listen, you can't stop what's already been birthed and born, you know? So y'all, yeah, y'all, you know, get at me, y'all. Hit me up on Cronez. Follow me on Instagram _Cronez for just conversation. Y'all know I haven't been going live. I was doing my tarot card readings over there for a minute, but that stopped when I started doing my readings full time, because y'all getting attuned to a schedule is just a lot. So just bear with me and work with me. Everything's going to come together. I promise you, everything's going to come together. It is. It's just a baby right now. So yeah, get in contact with me via email, the number 4cronez@gmail.com. If you just want to even book an appointment with me, have a discussion, maybe even be a feature. You think we have something in common, or you just a Cronez and you feel as though it's a topic that the Cronez need to hear. Hit me up, number 4cronez@gmail.com. Join my Facebook group, Cronez. Like the page, Cronez. And also follow me on Twitter, Cronez6. And don't forget to subscribe to the Cronez channel on YouTube, okay? The Cronez way, all right? And y'all, if you're not following the podcast, please follow the podcast, so when I do drop on streams, you know, because at Cronez, for me, the energy is to do everything at night. Like, I like moving at night. I have the Cronez energy. I was born in the Cronez energy. I was born at 1 something in the morning. I come alive in the nighttime. I come alive in the darkness. So y'all, I be working in the day, and it's just like, it's like out of element for me. My element is at night. So y'all know to be looking Monday nights. Y'all know the episode is going to drop for a Cronez episode. So I'll see y'all next week. I'll be back with another topic if I don't go to the funeral, like I told y'all. So y'all just be on the lookout for my on Instagram and everything. And thank y'all for tuning in. I love you. And I'll see y'all back next week, YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the Cronez Way channel.